This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.
Welcome back. As the Bahamas tourism product continues to flourish, some 6 cruise ships docked in the Nassau harbor for the first time ever on Wednesday. Acting Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation Chester Cooper spoke with reporters on the importance of those numbers.
You see a congested pier of 6 ships. That tells the message more than anything that I can tell you. So I hope that you can get a visual of the level of activity on Bay Street that trickles positively to the merchants and the workers on Bay Street. I hope that you will get an appreciation for the vibrancy of our product, the resilience of our product. It's bolstered by the work of Team Tourism.
Nassau Cruise Port Limited Operations Manager Marcus Williams says that it means a lot for the country's port and economy to have this many ships in the harbor. He says it also shows that we are ready to receive the biggest and best cruise ships.
Absolutely. Biggest ships are coming on board, and we expect the largest one in the world in a couple of days, the Wonder of the Seas. So we already welcome the biggest ships, and now it's just going and growing as we come out of this pandemic situation. Well, we at Nassau Cruise Port want to be the catalyst for the growth and the rebirth of downtown Nassau. So I think this is now sending a clear message to homeowners, the business owners of downtown that, hey, we are investing in this redevelopment. We want to see Nassau grow again.
In fact, Mr. Williams says that the port will see a few more days with 6 ships in harbor this month. With the World Health Organization recommending that people worldwide should be vaccinated with first doses before others receive boosters, the Pan American Health Organization weighing in on if countries should be looking at 4th doses for the immunocompromised. Speaking by way of a translator, Director of Health Emergencies at PAHO, Dr. Cyril Ugarte, gives PAHO's take on this issue.
The vaccination strategy implemented by each country has to take into account the availability of their vaccines, coverage, as well as coverage in each of the priority groups. We are going to remember that the goal of the vaccine is to save lives. That's the reason why the countries all follow the recommendation to vaccinate first the elderly, individuals with chronic diseases, individuals who have immunocompromised systems, and also to reach to everyone who may benefit from the vaccine.
Dr. Ugarte notes that HWO has released a recommendation for a 4th dose, but it is limited only to those who have 2 initial Sinovac or Sinopharm doses and those who are immunocompromised.
Our recommendation is for each country based on their access and availability of vaccines, as well as the coverage that has already been reached, to review the strategies to have the highest coverage that is possible with the 3rd dose and with the 4th dose for a very specific group. But it is important for individuals to follow the recommendations of their own health ministries, because the ministries have their own advisory groups that conduct the review and who will provide the updates for the ministry to implement those strategies.
Last year, the Ministry of Health and Wellness in the Bahamas rolled out booster shots first for the immunocompromised, but it is now available to anyone who received the 2nd dose more than 6 months ago. Just 2 COVID-19 cases confirmed in country on Wednesday, March 2nd. Both cases here in the capital, one with a history of travel within 14 days. Active cases in country now at 222. Hospitalizations still at 16, 15 patients moderately ill. Intensive care cases down to 1. The death toll remains at 771, with 43 deaths under investigation. 38 people recovered from the virus on Wednesday. It was at 10:03 on Christmas Eve 2021, the 207-foot super yacht Utopia IV, built in 2018, rear-ended gas tanker Tropic Breeze as it was cruising approximately 15 miles north-northwest of New Providence near the Berry Islands. Minister of Transport and Housing JoBeth Kobe-Davis and her team consulted the Office of the Attorney General for legal guidance after the gas tanker sank in waters off Whale Key and the $51 million yacht left the country. On Wednesday, while alerting the public to the coming ship and port facility training exercise on March 10th, Mrs. Colby Davis was asked for an update on the status of the investigation into the collision.
Well, the DEPP will handle the environmental side of things, and so any updates related to what they would deal with for the tanker and any other penalties that they may wish to put forward, that would be for them to advise through the Attorney General's office.
The DEP that Mrs. Colby Davis referred to is the Department of Environmental Planning and Protection, which is responsible for the prevention or control of pollution in our waters. There were reports of oil slicks in the area of Whale Key shortly after the collision. Mrs. Colby Davis says her office has done its due diligence into the crash.
Our office completed the investigation. We worked along with the U.S. Coast Guard, and that is also something that we would have to report to the Attorney General. This is a legal matter now, right? So the lawyers would take on from this point on and do whatever have you will be dealt with through the courts. And so we have no say on what the end result should be. We just had to send in a report to the Attorney General's office through our office doing investigations with the Coast Guard, and then we leave it for them to say what happens. And
fortunately, there were no fatalities in the bizarre open ocean collision on Christmas Eve. Transport and Housing Minister JoBeth Colby Davis recently signed what is being considered a transformative memorandum of understanding between the Road Traffic Department and the Motor Vehicle Training School Company Limited. The objective of the MOU is to assist with strengthening the knowledge and skills of current and potential drivers of commercial and heavy-duty vehicles, as well as heavy-duty equipment operators like cranes and tractors. The MOU was also to assist with ensuring that the proper inspection of these vehicles are carried out in an effort to place the industry on par with international standards and best practices. Additionally, Minister Colby Davis hopes the MOU will help to advance career opportunities by improving qualifications of the individuals within the industry, with the offer of international certification to drive the vehicles anywhere in the world. Well, that does it for news this evening. Once again, I'm Tyler Simonet. Have a good evening, everyone.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.